Welcome. New week and new Hack the Box machine. So welcome to everyone. I guess if you are watching this, remember that we are streaming every week, every Wednesday at 6, doing Hack the Box machines. And today we will have the opportunity to do, actually the name of the machine is SAO. It's a Linux machine, easy. Actually, it's a easy machine. Yeah. So I hope you had a great week, everything, and after a few hours of working, I hope I don't fry my mind after this, but yeah, I guess it will be fine. So we are going to start showing up the machine. Actually, we are gonna change the view. So yeah, here we have the machine. As I said, is called SAO. What we can know about this machine: SAO is a easy difficult Linux machine, and basically has a request basket instance that basically is vulnerable to server-side request forgery. That means that we are gonna be able to make requests, but the origin or the source of that request would be the server. So the server will be doing requests on behalf of ourselves, and we are gonna be able to enumerate internal services. In this case, a maltrail instance that is vulnerable to unauthenticated command injection. From there, we are gonna get a reverse shell as Puma, and then we are gonna, let's say, exploit a sudo misconfiguration to get root on that machine. As always, to save some time, of course, I have running my machine already with the VPN and everything. I tried this time to have it, let's say, with Zoom and everything, so you guys are able to see it properly. I wanna say that I'm happy to announce that the next week I'm gonna be hosting a roundtable where we are gonna be talking about cybersecurity, not like really focused on a branch or something like that, like blue team stuff, offensive security, GRC would be more global or general focused, where we are gonna be touching really good topics related to cybersecurity and our field. Of course, feel free to follow the WhatsApp virtual log. So yeah, feel free to connect with me through my social media stuff, and then you will see when I post the roundtable stuff. And remember, next week. So yeah, we have our machine here. So I'm gonna try to start as I always do. As I always say, one of the most important parts is to perform a full scan. And why the full scan? Sometimes probably you will see some people that they advise you to perform a scan for the known port, but time to time you can get the surprise basically of you missed a port, and maybe that port is the key and contains some information and could be really helpful for the next step. So first of all, we are going to perform our scan. As always, full TCP scan, looking for open ports, running default scripts that Nmap has. Something very, very interesting is that I didn't start the machine, so it will take some time. So yeah, it's a really easy machine, but we will need to concat the vulnerabilities that we are gonna find. So hopefully this will run quickly. And then we are gonna be able to run our scans. Also, very important, when we do the full scan, TCP scan, we should do at the same moment or after doing the TCP scan, the UDP scan. I have done quite some machines from OffSec and Hack the Box where the initial foothold was on a UDP port. And you know, it's very important that we do a full scan at the beginning so we don't lose time during our enumeration. So it's better to have a checklist where we do a proper enumeration at the beginning. So or we spend more time doing the initial enumeration because that will help us basically to perform our exploitation and assessment of what would be the vector that we want to attack. So once we have the IP, we are going to start our full scan. By the way, I'm playing music in the background. I don't know if it's too loud, so let me know. So here it is, our full scan, and then we are going to use map to do the same, but for SU, for UDP. I'm going to copy this. Okay, perfect, thank you. So running UDP. This is very interesting because it says yes, the port 22 is open. So we know that there is a port. I mean, there is a service running in the port 80. You know, like I said in the previous, in some streams, Hack the Box, time to time, makes these things. So maybe we will need to run the nmap scan again. But let's see. Let's see. We can check if it's running or not. Okay, so second thing to do when we are facing machines that we know or we discover that the port 443 or the port 80 is running, the best thing we can do is prepare our burp suite to register all the behavior. What I want to say, or the meaning of that, is basically we can open burp suite, put it on the background, and then go through all the functionality of the application. Then once we went through everything, we checked every input, we, let's say, checked every single endpoint on that application, we can start to look for the request manually and then identify what could be a good vector to start, or where we can start to try our basic payloads and then start to get some feedback or real feedback from that application. So we are gonna test this to see if it's loading or not. So I know that should be running a high port actually, but looks like this machine is a little bit lazy today. Yeah. Yeah, guys, it is what it is. Let's try. Since I know more or less the port that should be running in the background, let's double check this. Yeah, I guess the service is not running yet. That's a little bit of shame. Yeah, I totally forgot to execute the machine. I don't know if it says something here, maybe. Yeah, usually when the machine takes time to run the services, it's a Help the Box provides you some kind of information here that says this machine takes time to execute. Yeah, I don't see here like a comment that says something. Just one service. Let's stop this. Clear. We are gonna stop the VPN as well. Yeah, maybe. Now the machine is dead. Let's stop the machine. Let's stop it. Open this thing. Okay, we are connected. Start the machine. Actually, this machine is a good example of why we should scan all the ports and not just the standard ones. Yeah. This freaking machine is... Yeah, sorry guys that we are spending time just trying to start this machine. You know, I guess this is the issue of doing live streaming, you know. Nah, this is kind of a joke or something. By the way, guys, I will do some, you know, remember that I'm not always doing streamings or, you know, posting videos in YouTube. Also, I make some blog posts, so feel free to go to the blogs and, you know, you will get some quite good information from there. Yeah, let's go. Let's see now. Let's make it gun. Is this a big fail? Yeah, I have the VIP. You know, to be able to do these retired machines. Yeah. Actually, today I was checking. Okay. mean, it should work even if let's try like this. Opa. Yeah. Actually, let's see if it works with this. It's running. You know, I think it's just my nmap command maybe, uh, but it should work actually. Yeah, I don't know. I will keep it running in the background, the nmap, to see the result, but it's pretty weird actually. I don't know. So there you go, guys. So the idea is run the nmap scan, a full scan, then we are gonna be able to discover this high port open, right? And then there is another output from this, that is the port 80 is filtered, right? I hope in some point we get the nmap scan, and then I can show you that. So to do some tests here, so we will find, let's say, this first thing, first view. It's very important to start to do the enumeration properly. So one of the things I like to do is start checking around with Wapalizer, for example, is a good plugin that helps us to understand which stack of technology is being used on this application. So yeah, I guess we are overwhelming this machine with the open ports. Actually, with minus open, I think it will not show up. Not sure. Sorry, this I will run this one, this command. Maybe with this one I will be lucky. Let's see if with this one, with the aggressive mode, I don't know if we are gonna be able to get that port actually. Yeah, I think something is going on. Something is messing up the scans. I don't know why, honestly. Yeah, but yeah, let's move on. So actually, it should pop up something like this. I have the result here. So it should be something like this, actually. So should show up the port 22 and then the port 80 filtered. So that means that there is a service running on the port 80, but it's being filtered out by the firewall on the service, right? Then we find the port, this high port running. So the next thing would be, okay, there is a service running, it's a web application, let's try to take a look there. So once we open the machine, of course, the nmap scan should show, yeah. So that would be all. So the next step would be, like I was saying, check with Webalizer which kind of technologies are used, because sometimes some frameworks actually they have some vulnerability that we can exploit, or some version of a specific languages can be exploited, and so that's a good thing to do, basically. Okay, so the next thing I would do is inspect the code, check the all the source code and everything, look for any JavaScript customized, look for libraries that they are calling outside, anything that could help us to get valuable information. Okay, so at the first glance here is pretty basic things, right? But then another thing that we need to focus on our website or web application is any string or naming on the website itself, like the one we see here, down here. I will zoom it. So it says powered by Request Baskets, version 1.2.1. So here is a GitHub link. The next thing we should do is, of course, check for the Git repository, because something very important is that the GitHub repositories that you can basically, if it's an open source project, there is a bunch of people that they can collaborate on this project and open issues, and for example expose a vulnerability, like in this case. Also, some projects, if they don't handle the, let's say, they don't handle the vulnerabilities through issues, they can do it through security, this security tab. Okay, so but in this case there is something interesting that says that there is a possible exploit. So server-side request forgery through the component API basket name. This vulnerability allows attackers to access network resources and sensitive information via crafted API requests. Right? So we can read a little bit more. We have the CVE. We can look for the CVE really quick to see if the version that we have is vulnerable actually to this exploit. And like we have here the same version as we found. So this is pretty basic enumeration. If you see, we didn't use nothing special, but now is the time to start going around. Okay, so create a new basket. Okay, let's create a new basket. Oh, we have a token. Okay, let's copy this token. Open basket. I will copy this here. I will zoom out. So if I do curl to this machine, to this IP, what happens? Okay, we send off the request. And what happens here? Oh, so basically we are receiving the request, right? Let's create it here where we have Pulp Suite. We are gonna open this, copy again the request, and then request it again. There you go. and then it pop-ups here. We have the headers and so on. So now it's time to check and verify our burp suite. So we have some endpoints. This would be our basket, the request, responses. We have web as well. Then here. Okay, so focusing on the information that we found here, it says the component API basket and name is vulnerable to server-side request forgery. And actually, we have that. We have baskets and then the name of it, right? So the next step, we know that this version of request that is being used is most probably vulnerable to this SSRF, right? So what we can do next is use search exploit for to try to find a public exploit, in this case, for this library that is being used, request basket. There is nothing. Sometimes we will need to check for this or different keywords, but there is nothing, right? So what we can do next is just go to Google and try to find request baskets exploit. Let's see if there is something in GitHub. Remember to specify the version, because maybe we are, let's say, we locate faster the. Okay, we can test this one. What's the, no, this is adversary. We can try this one first. So what we are gonna do is clone. Let's go. We clone the repository. Let's go CVE. Test it. We need the target. HTTP. Actually, I don't remember the IP as common. Okay, we copy this. Okay. Okay, and then we are going to put as example the same one. Remember something that I said at the beginning is thanks to the Nmap scan, we are gonna be able to enumerate filtered, open ports, and so on, right? So remember that there is a filtered out port, and this case is the port 80, and then this one open. So the natural movement would be, okay, so if that service is filtered out, let's give it a shot and try to see if we can request it and it's running on localhost. So it's why this exploit suggests, let's say, you can do an internal enumeration. In this case, it's the port 80, but if there is any other port running, we are gonna be able to enumerate those ports as well. So port 80. Okay. This should be, let's read this thingy. Okay, let's try another one. This would be the second one, actually, but we are not gonna open that one yet. Hey, puppy, what's up? So let's copy again the URL. Done. And then again port 80. Yeah, I don't know if this machine now is messed up or something, but it should be. Let's review the exploit and then let's review this one. Let's try with this one. Let's review this script. So target an attacker URL. So maybe it's that. I was mistaken. Okay, let's try with this one. Okay, thank you for the effort, man. Yeah, we are all in the stream. So let's try to read how this one works. Target attacker creating a new basket. Okay, so let's see how this works. This would be our IP. Okay, so we set up here a new netcat server listening. We run this with the 555 and then SD for 80 should work. This creating basket. Let's is the run? Oh, thank you. Thank you. This one. It says not found. Wait. Wait. The fuck? I was. So here would be our IP 10, 10, 17, 443. Huh. Yeah, but this should work actually. So we have the first creating new, not found. Why it says not found? Okay, wait. Connected port, post baskets. Create open basket. Here's the baskets. So this is pretty clear actually, but yeah, honestly, maybe I'm just too tired, maybe. So here's creating the basket, but it's keeping not found. I don't get this thing. So let's try to make it manually here. Look into the exploit. So I mean, this is just a cool target basket. So we have here the here going to we have this here, target URL, attacker URL. API baskets. Actually, it's pretty clear, but honestly, there's just two. Proxy. Here's the request. Peter. Forward. Forward. Okay, then here. So in this. So here is creating forward URL. Bro, it's missing the slash. Oh no, wait. Maybe it's here? Oh. Okay. Yes. Actually. Okay, so here would be this, and I will just try here. Yeah, URL, target, the payload is here, is actually looks like the cool one. Yeah, but the thing is, before pointing to the port 80 to verify that there is a SSRF, we should be able to get the request to us. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's give it a shot as well. You see? So actually, I will just double check this. Let's give it a shot to this one. Select this. Oh, okay. So we have this. Let me try this. So I know what you mean. Like you are able just to enumerate internal. What the fuck is going on here? What's the line 25? Yeah, this freaking thing. Okay, let's. try to do it like this. But even if I specify like the internal port still not working because it's creating a new one, right? And it says 0 like 404, you know, it's not found. And of course, when it's trying to do the second step, it doesn't work because the first step it didn't work, right? So yeah, not sure. Even if I put here the localhost IP here, the first step of creating the new basket that we are gonna use to perform the SSRF is not complete. But yeah, so something is going on here. Um, Let me check. Okay, let's give it a shot just to this one. This one again. I'm not sure if it shouldn't be behaving like this. Honestly, should be up. But you know, this is something that often happens with hack the box machines. So public public um, mm, yeah, and then we are gonna try something is going on with my keyboard and actually I don't know what's going on. Okay, and then 443. Okay, maybe no. Let's try again with honestly something is going on with this machine and I'm not sure actually what's going on and should it actually should work. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do it manually. So forward. Basically, the output should be the source code of the port 80 that is mail trail, but it's not showing up. So yeah, um, it's pretty interesting. Let me try this. It's not working. It's freaking crazy. Yeah, I have here the request actually. Send. So already exists. There you go. Here's the token. Yeah, we can double check that. Actually, if we go to here, yeah, it doesn't appear. Uh, yeah, okay. This is pretty weird. So when creates the what's slash the data. So this is the body actually. Um, okay, this is a JSON. When it's creating the basket, oh wait. Okay, this is different. Um, not found actually. Then type. Bam. We are gonna be formatting this. Here would be like Yes. Actually, mhm. Okay, you mean this one? So Python, let me tune this one a little bit. Here's the payload actually. Um, so it doesn't contain double quotes. Hmm. Ooh, I think my thing got like buggy or something. Okay, let's here. So I guess you mean this one. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm trying to put quotes, like here. Now, I wasn't able before. I swear that I wasn't able before. Oh my god, this machine is driving me crazy. Okay, let's try this one. It's crazy. Okay, it's taking time. Oh my god, this machine is, I don't know. So we have here the JSON, same thing. Text for the status. If it's not equal to 201, then we get this. Wait. I think it was this one. Yeah, I broke the machine. So let's try this one, like you said, Python, and instead of this, 80. This is I don't know. This is something. This machine is. I didn't remember this machine this shit honestly. uh, what's going on? I will just restart this machine. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I think this would be the first live streaming I'm not going to upload to YouTube. This is crazy. And it's already 1 hour. 1 hour and I didn't get the foothold on this thing. It's crazy. This is crazy. I don't know if I spent too much time working today or yeah. Yeah. I think it has something to do with this pretty weird. Hmm. This is basically an absolute nightmare. Uh, if this happened in the OSCP, I can just turn off the machine and go sleep, you know? I, honestly, if. Yeah, I think I got wrong this machine. I think this machine should be removed from the OSCP list. If I mean it's a cool machine because of the concatenation of the vulnerabilities, but bro, this is really unstable. I mean, the nmap results doesn't show up. Um, the application it basically breaks in some point. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy. Okay, now is the time of the truth. I don't know what to do. I guess, yeah, still trying to run or something. Ah, okay, let's give it a shot with the IP instead of the. I mean, this should be local, and this should be. Okay. So what happened then if I do curl to this? Ah, there you go, bro. Oh my god. Yeah. Now we got this thing. We got this thing. I think I was doing it wrong from the beginning. I don't know. I think I'm feeling this machine is kind of. There is no basket, but still I'm able to retrieve the information. So, nah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't have any clue about this. So yeah, let's make it again and save the output, and maybe we are able to see it better. Um, port 80. There you go. And there you go. We have a mail thread running locally on this machine. So basically, through this server side, yeah, this SSRF, we were able to enumerate inside. Honestly, I'm not going to upload this streaming to YouTube. What a shame of machine, honestly. So yeah, so now we know that the port 8 is running mail trail, right? So next step is actually let's verify for the version of it. I'll just close this. Then we can basically done. Wiki. There you go. We have here at the bottom of the file the version of MailTrail is 0.53. So of course we are gonna find you know, requests baskets, request baskets, and then request baskets, and then mail trail exploit. Yeah, I guess we can use this one actually. We are going to clone it. What do you mean with browse to the basket directly? Actually, like doing this, you mean? Yeah, maybe to render it on the browser. I like it. Yeah, good one, man. Yeah, but it doesn't render the CSS because probably it's localhost. Yeah, exactly. Probably it's because localhost. But yeah, cool. So now we have this here. So what I was saying. Clear. We are gonna clone the repository with, no, sorry. Too many things going on my head right now. This was the repository with both exploits, so we can basically oh my god. Get this, go to the okay, so we need to specify, we are gonna set up our netcat server. Then here it's 10, 10, 17, 443. Then HTTP, pam, pam, pam. Yeah, we'll copy the API again. Pam, 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 pam. And then we should get the reversal. Yeah, sure, but you know, I will just do it in this way. Of course, we can do it manually, but yeah, it's way easier to run the script. But something I can do is do it now. So if we check the payload here, so this would be the payload for mail trail. Um, Tag report request, create the proxy basket. Actually, where is the basket name? Okay, so the guy creates the basket actually, and once creates the basket, encodes the payload in base 64. Injects the thingy and then sends basically the payload to the login. That would be the basket we have created would be like the public IP, the high port slash login, and then with this information. Yeah, I guess we can skip this part. We already spent too much time here. Let's improve the terminal. So now we should be able to check the user txt. Yeah, classic command injection. Yeah. So now basically if we do sudo -l, we are gonna see that there is a systemctl command that we are able basically to execute as sudo, and then the natural movement after looking for the sudo privilege would be check for GTF obins, or whoever you want to call it. And then look for systemctl. And then we have a bunch of things here. Right? So, for example, in this case, we are creating a service and executing that malicious file running as a service. Yeah, here would be pretty similar. But the issue here is that we are restricted to a specific command. So if we do, if we execute this, we can verify what's going on here. So we are basically checking out the status of the service for trail, right? But there is some notes actually. If so, the way to do it actually doesn't show up here. In my case, how I did it was basically looking for privilege escalation related to systemctl. Let's see if this show up or not. Yeah, I think it's this one. So there is some. There you go. Spawn a shell in the pager. If you notice, when we executed the command, yeah, when we did sudo and executed this, we are inside of a pager right here. So the method would be basically entering exclamation sh, and we are gonna be able to pop up or to pop a root shell basically. So if we do like this and then enter, voila, we are root. So every time that you see sudo systemctl checking for the status of a service, probably we are gonna end up on this view, right? So from there we can basically execute a shell and then get access to the root, and from here we can go to root and of course get the flag. Actually, I think we were faster on the last part once we I don't know why we got, I got stuck too much time, I guess. I got stuck too much time around the beginning for the machine running up. Actually, I don't know why it doesn't show up like the ports, you know what I mean? I bet you that if I scan right now the machine, the port, the high port, it will not appear. I'm sure about that. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess I will just upload this video as it is, with the struggles and everything, because it is what it is. I guess everyone learns from the struggle part. So yeah, here it is. It's an interesting way of doing PWESC. Honestly, I totally forgot that you could basically perform privilege escalation through systemctl in this way, just popping up on this beam, let's say, view the shell. But yeah, it's been painful because of the first part, actually. But yeah, I guess once we got in the loop, I was able to make contact. So yeah, guys, thank you, Virtual, for you know being by my side on this machine. Um, yeah, honestly, I'm not. My knowledge on web pen testing is not the best. I prefer Active Directory or services instead of, or even scripting, I would say, instead of web exploitation. Actually, yeah, I think I will pivot really, really, really fast to red team things and so on. But yeah, it is what it is. In the end, one of the objectives of doing this live streaming is, you know, review the actual machines and refresh all the knowledge and try to improve my skills on web exploitation. But yeah, I feel way better on and more solid knowledge on Active Directory. Thank you everyone for being here, and if you are watching this, sorry for the struggling at the beginning, but I hope you enjoy this. And yeah, I guess see you soon. Bye bye.